today's session, which is about what if it was all in one place. No, it's not that. It's exhibitor manual and staff briefing. My name is Mukul Apte, and I'll be guiding you through this essential aspect of event planning for the MICE industry. So what we'll cover in today's session? We'll cover what an exhibitor manual is. Then next we will talk about staff briefing notes, which is a very important aspect also. And then a little bonus on, this new trending topic, AI. So some small bonus on how to use AI tools to supercharge exhibition ops.
And this is a super trick Mukul is going to teach you. If you have not learnt it, this is your bonus today. It is absolutely super trick.
Yep. So yes, by the end of it, I hope you're all equipped with the knowledge and that you will have no questions. We'll have no Q&A after the session. So creating an exhibitor manual. Let's step back a little bit. Anyone has all of you have dealt with exhibitors, and there are like weird questions from exhibitors. Anyone has any such weird questions? Anyone from you? Weird requests, weird questions.
So what has been the weirdest request you have seen from an exhibitor?
Anybody? Okay, let me tell you mine first, yeah? And these are real. I mean, that's not just for this presentation. They are real questions which exhibitors have come in. It's like, आपने 2 दिन दिए हैं build-up के लिए, मेरे को और एक दिन चाहिए. और एक दिन, सर, इवेंट दूसरे दिन, दूसरे दिन इवेंट शुरू हो रहा है. कैसे अच्छा लगेगा क्या? वहाँ मंत्री रिबन काट रहे हैं, एग्जिबिटर सारे सूट बूट पहन के आए हैं, और यहाँ आपके बंदे बनियान पहन के सीडी लेके हैमर चल रहा है, पेंटिंग चल रहा है. नो सिंह नहीं, मैं एक दिन पहले आ जाऊँगा. अगेन, अरे आपको पता है इवेंट वेन्यू का रेंटल क्या है? नो, बट दिस इज लाइक दे आर्ग्यू ऑन दिस के एक दिन और चाहिए हमें हमारा नहीं होगा. फिर एक है कि आई वांट, मैंने बूथ लिया है, मेरे को 150 बैजेस चाहिए. सर ओके, आपका कितना है स्क्वायर मीटर? व्हाट्स योर बूथ साइज? 9 स्क्वायर मीटर. पॉसिबल? नो, टू मच. नो, नहीं, हम 5 कंपनीज वहाँ एग्जिबिट करने वाले हैं, 5 का नाम फेशिया पे भी आना चाहिए. ऐसे weird रिक्वेस्ट आते हैं. Any of you have any such crazy, you can remember any such crazy questions from exhibitors? Think about it later, we'll talk about it, yeah? So, just so that we don't have all this, we don't have to answer all this to exhibitors, we need to have a very good exhibitor manual, ताकि हम बोल सके कि सर इस मैनुअल में इस पेज रेफर करो, सब कुछ वहाँ पे है. So in today's session, we'll cover what an exhibitor manual is, why it is important, how to create one that's both engaging and effective. We'll also look at common pitfalls to avoid and some best practices that we can, use. So what is an exhibitor manual? Why is it so crucial for the MICE industry? Simply put, the exhibitor manual is like a go-to guide for exhibitors for a successful participation. It's you should think of it like Google Maps, which gives like clear directions. Nothing idhar udhar, absolutely straight, clear. It contains all the essential information. Sorry, have I gone? Yeah. So it contains all the essential information that the exhibitor needs to know for participation in the event. A well-crafted exhibitor manual has several benefits. First, it ensures smooth event operation by providing clear guidelines and schedules. Second, it gives, it enhances the exhibitor experience by reducing any kind of confusion or preventing any last-minute surprises. And third, it sets a very clear expectation and helps avoid any, last-minute surprises. I'd say the exhibitor's manual has to be so clear that it should have no gray areas, because gray areas is like gray hair. And you can see that I've learned a lot. I've come a long way and learned a lot on the go. So what are the preparations that are required for a step-by-step guide? One moment. So how do you begin with? First of all, you start with understanding the event scope and its objective. Define the type of event, what kind of event it should be, a trade show, a conference, exhibition. Then clarify the event's goals and objectives and identify the target audience and stakeholders. The next step would be to gather all the essential information. Obtain detailed information about the venue, including layout, facilities, logistics. Compile contact information for key personnel, such as the event organizers, the technical support, and the emergency contacts. Sorry, I have to scroll through my notes here. Then you have in gathering essential information, also collect important information about dates, deadlines, including the registration, submission deadlines, setup and tear down schedules. Now the next step, which like could reduce your work by I think 75%, is reviewing past event documentation. Always analyze past event documentation so that you know what has worked for the previous event, what didn't work well, what worked well, and if you've missed out something, if there's something unnecessary that you've added. So this reviewing past event documentation, I think, is a very important step. Once all this is done, you go to the next step of coordinate with event stakeholders. This is so important because you want to make sure that when you've prepared an exhibitor manual, it's not only your effort that's in. Everything has to be absolutely updated and correct information. So hold meetings with key stakeholders, including venue managers, contractors, service providers, and gather all the necessary information. Ensure you also coordinate with the marketing team so that you include the branding and promotional guidelines. Once all this is done, the next step would be to, sorry, I'm useless without a mouse. Okay, so the next step would be establish clear guidelines and policies. So define the rules and regulations for the exhibitors, including safety protocols, booth designs, guidelines. Ensure that the guidelines comply with the local, regulations and the venue policies. You've done all this, all the information is come in. Now you need to plan the layout and the design of the exhibitor manual. So decide which format you need to put it in, a digital, a print, a hybrid, and also decide the layout of the exhibitor manual. Plan for visual elements such as maps, infographics, images that make the manual more engaging. Consider also adding some interactive elements, QR codes and links, hyperlinks, so that you can an exhibitor can get more information using these links. The next thing that you need to do is set up tools and resources. So after you have like planned the layout and all, the next step is to design your manual. So you have to set up your tools. What are you going to do? Are you going to use a design software, a content management system, or some collaboration platforms? Prepare templates and checklists to streamline the creation process. Your next step would be draft the initial content. Once you've got all your information and you've gathered all the knowledge, it is now time to put it all into the document. Include all the necessary disclaimers or legal notices at this stage. Once this is done, your first draft is ready, it's very important to have a review and approval process. This is so important because when you started, drafting your exhibitor manual, it was like maybe 3 months in advance. And then a lot could change, a contact person could change, some new policies could have come in. So set up a review process with key stakeholders to ensure that all the information is accurate and complete. Send out the draft to all the stakeholders and ask them to review so that you get an approval from all the relevant parties. And then you got to plan for distribution and accessibility. Determine how the manual has to be distributed, either through email or through the event website. Mm, and ensure that the manual is very easily accessible and user-friendly for exhibitors. The last step would be, and very important, is your manual is ready like 6 months or maybe 4 months in advance. So it's very important to have an update, prepare for updates and revisions, because going further, if there are any updates, your manual needs to be updated on time so exhibitors have the latest information. We look at what are the key components, what goes into an exhibitor manual. Event overview. So this covers the event name, dates, location, theme, the schedule, a detailed timeline of the events, including setup and dismantle, contact information, that is the information of the key contacts for the event, rules and regulations, guidelines for booth setup, mm, uh, guidelines of behavior, safety, etc., logistic, information on shipping and handling and storage, marketing and promotion, guidelines for branding and promotional activities, services provided, like details on services like Wi-Fi, catering, cleaning, forms and deadlines, all the necessary forms for exhibitors to fill in, and the submission deadlines. Each of these sections, when you put into your exhibitor manual, it ensures that the exhibitors have all the information they need before participating in an event. So each one's getting highlighted now. How and when to plan the event. So very ideally, you should start working on your exhibitor manual as soon as the major details of the event are confirmed, usually about 6 to 8 months. Yeah? So, one moment. Gather information 6 to 8 months, collect all the details about the event, including venue, specifications, contact list, schedules, services provided. Then outline the manual like I told you in that preparation process. Create a rough outline based on the essential components that we discussed earlier. Then draft the manual about 5 months in advance. Work with your team, the vendors, the venue to ensure that all the information is accurate and correct, and distribute the manual ideally 4 months in advance. Once finalized, the manual can go to all the exhibitors so that they have enough time. If it's 4 months in advance, it's a very ideal time. So they have enough time to prepare before the event. In planning and logistics, you would have information about show information, show date, show timing, registration timing, entry for exhibitors information, detailed venue information, including the location and access point. Include floor plans and layouts in your that will help exhibitors visualize their booth space. Clearly outline the setup and the teardown schedules to ensure that the exhibitors know when they can start building their booths and when they need to dismantle. Shipping instructions. In rules and regulations, it's very important that you provide clear booth design guidelines such as height restriction, signage regulations, material specifications, non-compliance penalties, safety protocols. These are also very crucial for an exhibitor manual. Make sure that you include fire exits, emergency procedures, and any other safety-related information. Instruction on storage of empties should also be included, which is a very important issue with all exhibitors on site. Contact information, providing a comprehensive contact information list is essential. List key contacts for the event, including organizers, technical support, include emergency contacts such as first aid, security personnel. Additionally, provide support services like IT, Wi-Fi, maintenance, housekeeping. Make sure you highlight all the important deadlines in your exhibitor manual. This includes registration deadlines, submission deadlines for material, move and move out dates. Clear communication of all these deadlines helps the exhibitors to stay on track and ensures all the preparations are completed on time. So now that this is question is about what is a good format to have your exhibitor manual. Let's look at some of the advantages and the disadvantages. For a PDF, let's talk about that. PDFs can be accessed without an internet connection, making it very convenient for exhibitors to refer to the manual anywhere. There's consistency in the formatting when you design it as the layout is standard everywhere in whichever this you use it. There's ease of distribution because PDF can very easily be distributed via email or downloaded from the website so that all exhibitors or everyone concerned have access to the manual. It's also printable because exhibitors can print the PDF manual if they want to refer to the physical copy, where they can refer while on the go or during the event or make notes. The disadvantages, it lacks interactivity. PDFs are static documents and so they cannot offer interactive elements like, clickable maps or embedded videos. Also, updates and revisions is a challenge because each time you need to update the manual, you got to again distribute it all over again. And then it could lead to some confusions where people refer to the last manual, not the latest one. A good high resolution PDF document could be very high file size, and it may be challenging to download or to store. Let's look at the online exhibitor manual. The advantages are this is one of the biggest advantages is that you can do real-time updates. Online manuals can be updated real time, so exhibitors always have access to the most current information without distributing the new version every time. You can make it interactive because online manuals can include interactive elements such as clickable maps, embedded videos. It's also accessible from any device which has an internet connection. One more advantage of online manuals is the analytics. You can later analyze that which exhibitor, how much time before he went and accessed a particular form or particular information, so that it helps in, supporting and improvising for your next event. Some of the disadvantages are it's totally internet dependent. If you don't have an internet connection, you cannot access the manual. Usability challenges because navigating online can be challenging for users who are not very tech savvy or who prefer physical documents. There's also inconsistency. Different devices and browsers may render the online manual differently, causing inconsistency in the user experience. So to leverage the strength of both the formats, you can consider providing a hybrid consider a hybrid solution, PDF for online access and consistency, while also maintaining an online version for real-time updates and interactivity. We'll look about...
See, one thing we have also done that if as a company you cannot afford in a full-time online manual, you can create Google Forms and use them as embedded links in your physical manual, so that you're still collecting data online, not through a portal, but with Google Forms. And there is a very good technique where you may have 10 different Google Forms, but the output of all of them can come in one single sheet, so that you don't have to refer to things, and this process can also be automated.
So we look at some of the common mistakes to avoid while making this. One is avoid overloading the manual with too much information. Focus on providing essential details and avoid unnecessary jargon. Ensure that the manual is well organized with a logical flow and easy to read. When you're drafting your manual and creating, when we spoke about how to prepare the manual, make sure that your information is very logical, not that the setup time, then booth guidelines, then forms, then go back to dismantling. The flow should be very logical, so it's easier to read. Regularly update the manual to ensure that the information is current. A manual that is, not updated, avoid that mistake. And a tip, don't hide crucial information on page 73, footnote 5, subsection 3b. No, save the manual. One more point is that you should save the manual with the file name followed by updated on date, so that when you share it with exhibitors, they can check their own version and know that, oh, this is the most updated file. Actually, in today's day and time, using those very trending, which everyone's talking about, AI tools, one can solve these issues in like seconds. Some of the best practices that are nice to adopt is use simple, clear, friendly language and tone. Use checklists. Highlight deadlines. Maintaining clear, consistent formatting throughout the manual to enhance readability. Regularly updates are crucial in keeping the manual relevant and accurate. Spell check, it really matters. Spelling check or grammatical mistakes leave a very unprofessional impression of the organizer. So the design of the manual should be engaging and user-friendly with a good layout, fonts that are easy to read, and incorporate some visuals, some infographics, interactive elements to make it interesting. Again, like I said in my previous, in today's day and time, using those trending AI tools can really help you sort all these issues. We'll look at some, real life examples of an exhibitor manual. I hope I can open this. No? Okay, so maybe I'll show it to you later because anyone knows how to, no? I'll show this to you after the presentation. We'll now talk about our new best friend. Which one? AI tools. So our new best friend, AI. The advantages of AI in exhibition ops. So how many of you, can you show me, raise your hands and tell me, how many of you have written the same exhibition welcome letter 3 times and said, हाँ अब ठीक है, and you sent it and you've forgotten the attachments, forgotten to attach the floor plans? So many, we have all been there, right? So yeah, we've all been there, and that's why AI is not just a trend that we keep saying, the new trending tool, the new trending tool. AI is actually a tool that takes the weight off your shoulder. AI can be your copywriter, your assistant, your translator, your tech help desk, and even your designer. And the best part is that it's totally there at your beck and call. When you want to work, AI can be working with you. It's like some human working, with whom you cannot see, ghost working with you. And it's like, it works whenever you're ready to work. It will not say, ab mere ko kaam nahi karna hai, mere ko ghar jana hai, nahi. It's just there. It doesn't take a day off. Sometimes you can go and take a nap and AI still continues working for you. It doesn't even take a coffee break. AI can, think of it like this, that AI can handle all your repetitive work so that you can focus on what really matters, creating a wow-worthy experience for everyone involved. My colleague Vaijanti is conference champ actually. She handles all the conferences in our organization. And you can imagine how stressful her work is because you have about 50 speakers and they're changing and their information is not coming on time, and she's working nonstop doing that. And then when it's very close to the event and it's the most stressful time of your life, we from the ops are saying, give us the copy that we have to put for the show, give it to us, give it to us. And then she wants to give us a copy which is complete, which has no mistakes, where it's standardized, there are no some caps, some commas missing, some full stops missing. And she has so many things to do. And ye kaam, jo usko bilkul interest nahi hai, she has to go through the copy and spend half a day doing that. But not anymore now. She uses AI tools, and it's all just done in a minute where she can focus back on her actual work, what her actual work is. So that's the power of AI. Some useful AI tools. It's not just buzzwords, they're real tools which help, and use cases. One, everyone would have used it. How many of you have used ChatGPT? All of you, right? But you have to have the right kind of prompts for ChatGPT, and that's very important. So, ChatGPT can help you with anything, right from drafting your exhibitor manual or anything right from scratch. It can also do that. You need to draft, your manual is complete and you want to see, okay, is it consistent? Is the flow right? You send it to ChatGPT, it'll check it and give it to you in less than 10 minutes. It's not, sorry, 10 seconds. It's so fast and it's so complete. You need to draft FAQs based on the manual that you've uploaded. You tell ChatGPT, just review this and give me, create 10 FAQs which will answer all exhibitors' question. Just say, write write a friendly 5-point checklist for booth safety. It's done. The next one is Otter AI and Fireflies. These tools can record your team briefing once and it transcribes everything for you. So no need of making those thousands of notes on whatever paper you get and then not recognizing your own writing and then thinking कि अरे उसने कुछ तो बोला था उस sentence के बाद लेकिन मेरे को याद नहीं, I couldn't write it, he was talking too fast. So these are tools which will transcribe everything for you and you can always go back and check. Then we have Canvas AI. Again, you know how pricey designers can get, right? When you are in the middle of the event and तुम designer को बोल रहे हो, please मेरा ये करके दो, flow plan मेरे को अच्छी तरह से सजा के दो. You don't have to beg your designers for a clean booth layout form. Canva Magic Designs can help you whip up one within minutes. Then there's Zapier Plus combined with a project management tool like.
So, how many of you have actually done any one of these? Just raise your hands.
ChatGPT, okay. And after that, Canva. Yeah, Canva is a popular design. Yeah. So, with Zapier and project management tools, you can auto-assign tasks for your team. So as soon as someone fills a form, it goes to the respective team the way you have set it, so that delegation is done without drama. You don't have to go and tell your team कि उससे form भरा था, now I'm forwarding it to you and you action on it, उनको email भेजो. With these tools, it just goes to the right person and the job is done. Then I think these are also very important tools which we should check out. Chatbot, Intercom AI, Drift, Chatbot.com and Tido. So these are AI-powered chatbots that can answer exhibitors' question 24/7. So remember all the questions that the exhibitors asked. We can tell them to go to the chat box and यही questions वहाँ पूछ के देखो. Exhibitors will come back like anything. Where's the fire exit? What is the loading time? What time can we move in? What time? AI has it all and they will answer it without it even coming to you. Synthesia and HighGen. These can create welcome videos for your staff or exhibitors. It can do it in 2-3 languages if you need. If you have exhibitors from China, then you can do it in Chinese. If you think that South needs, Tamil, so it can be done in those languages. And the videos are so professional, you don't have to hire a crew, you don't have to hire a copywriter to write the script, you don't have to hire a studio. It is all done on your own laptop. You can create very nice, interesting videos, which when you send out, it is, they can see it at any time. You're not going through Zoom calls and explaining and things like that. Most of these tools are they're not free, but they have some free version and they have some credits. So it's a nice, there are so many tools which can do the similar functions. So it's a nice idea to go and try out these tools, see what suits you, and then you can think of upgrading it.
And these learn if you are training them well.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'll give you a demo of some of the tools which we have created. You ask questions and they will answer. And ChatGPT is a very good starting point. And I hope by tomorrow when we leave, each one of you would have some experience that I am confident of running that.
Yeah. So did I try all of these as yet? No, not all of them as yet, yeah. So let's about imagine what your day is like in your exhibition life. You're prepping the exhibitor manual instead of copying the last year's manual and sitting and changing only the dates, and then praying that I hope I didn't leave a wrong date, or someone coming and asking you, telling you, half of these have last year's, rates, and half of these have last year's dates. ये क्या हो रहा है? You just ask ChatGPT to do it. You can tell ChatGPT, create a 2025 exhibitor checklist with updated deadlines and simple language. Done. You have new staff whom, or your temp staff whom you want to train before the event. Instead of having long Zoom calls and, you can just create a video briefing by using Synthesia or HeyGen. It's personalized, it's branded, and it's even available on their phones. वो घर जाते जाते ट्रेन में भी they can get trained. They can see it 2-3 times without asking us to repeat. Imagine a Zoom call, सबको बिठा रहे हो, and a video just gone. It's so much easier. During the show, the exhibitors will keep asking you the same questions again. Wi-Fi password क्या है? Uploading time क्या है? What time can I come in? Set up a chat box on your website or your WhatsApp channel. Tidor handles it like a pro. You can just sit and sip coffee and let it answer everything. So it's not like AI is not just tech, it's a big stress relief. When you go back today, I would like you to try this out a little bit. Ask ChatGPT, use the right prompts. Normally we ask ChatGPT very quick random questions. Think carefully of what a prompt should be. Tomorrow Suraj will also give you a little more gyan on prompt engineering, maybe. But create a one para email reminder. Try this out when you go back tonight. Create a one para email reminder for exhibitors about safety protocols in a friendly tone, and look at what it replies. It will be so amazing. You'll be so impressed with how work can get done in no time at all. Or you want a checklist for first-time exhibitors. Just say, give me a 5-point checklist for first-time exhibitors at my show. And no sweat, it'll just do it. Like you just have to do, it'll give you the results, and you just you customize. You can also put in what customization you need, and it'll even do that for you. You just have a look at what is there. Really try it out. Try out these the previous tools which I mentioned. It's addictive in a good way. Now we come to the last part of us. This is the staff briefing, a guide for the MICE industry. So what's staff briefing? Yeah, your staff that goes to the event, they are like the front line of your event. And if they're not well informed, your event can go very quickly off the rail. Staff briefing is very much like a dress rehearsal. Or, आज जो new trend है शादियों में, choreographer video भेजता है to many people, सब अपने अपने घर में practice कर रहे हैं. And then when you come back together, all of you are on one plane or one page. That's what staff briefing is, getting everybody, the entire team together, aligning the whole cast of your this. So who should be getting the staff briefing? Staff briefing notes should be with on-site support staff, your temporary manpower for the organization, or for the organizers, the management team, and even some third-party vendors who will benefit from knowing the entire plan. So let's see what staff briefing should contain. One, of course, the event overview, summary of the event's purpose, key objectives and key details, staff roles and responsibilities. So a clear description of each staff member's duties and the area of their responsibility. The schedules and timelines. So a detailed event schedule, including setup, main events, activities, and teardown times. The logistics and operations. Information about the venue layout, the equipment, and the logistic. Communication protocol, So this is like really important so that not anybody is giving any answers to anybody. Contact information of key personnel and how and instructions on how to handle different situations, like who will handle the media communication, what happens in case of emergency, what's the communication that goes with it, and general instructions, the PA script, the public announcement script. And then also in the staff briefing should be the emergency procedures, safety protocols and emergency response plans. By providing clear, comprehensive staff briefing notes, event organizers can ensure smooth operation and effective coordination amongst the team. I want to show you a real life example also, but I'm not sure how to do it. So after this, we will show it to you on the screen.
So almost every one of you must be doing the exhibitor's manual. How many of you do the staff briefing as well? So as you would see, only 10%, 20% in this room do a staff briefing. It's very important that everyone, every organization should do a staff briefing manual. It makes life much easier.
Yes, that's why on my first slide I mentioned exhibition manual and staff briefing, a love story, because it starts with the exhibitor manual and ends up with the staff briefing, pretty much like how and start with dating and end up with marriage kind of a thing. But before we wrap up now, I really want your participation in this. You know, from my hair, you can see that I've spent a lot of years in the event industry. And I want to give you all a few, this is spiritual, yeah? So I want to give you all a few mantras. You would have heard these mantras while growing up. But for every situation, I want to give you a mantra. And I want all of you to repeat aloud. Don't need to close your eyes or anything. These are nice Sanskrit mantras which you should chant with me. And keep your eyes wide open. Look at the screen and say the mantras out aloud. I'm telling you, it will really help you. Yeah? So I'll give you a situation and you will say the mantra along with me. Yeah? Everyone's ready for the participation? So here are some mantras which I would want all of you and aloud, okay, if you really want them to help you. So when the event is confirmed, remember right in the beginning I said when the event is confirmed, start getting all the important information. And the mantra for this is, keep calm and thank you. Now we're gathering all the information, you know, हमारे पास बहुत सारा सामान है, there are PDFs, contract में से कुछ निकालना है, venue के guidelines, emails, printouts, all of them have piled up on your table and you got to get all that information out. Again, this is a revision of how to prepare the exhibitor manual. So when you're gathering all the information, the mantra is keep calm and जोर से थोड़ा. Now, when you're finally communicating with the exhibitors, है ना? So your draft is ready, your exhibitor manual is approved, and it has to be distributed to exhibitors. So many things you want to prepare, social media, graphics, EDMs, emails, emailers, क्या attachment करना है. And the mantra for this is, you remember the AI tools that we spoke about earlier. So the mantra for this is keep calm and now it's 10 days before the event, before the build-up. We all know what घबराहट होती है before the event. You're super stressed. Can you keep calm? I can't keep calm. I'm officially in an anxiety mode. This is not a mantra, really. Yeah, it's a state of mind. Okay, now we are at the on-site venue possession day. We are all reached there. कैसे जाना होता है? Keep calm and it's the second day of build-up. Booths are nowhere near done. कैसे होगा ये सारा जो deadline दिया है सब गया, कुछ नहीं. Keep calm and stay strong. Now it's the night before the opening. Hall कैसे दिख रहा है? बिल्कुल Hi Ram, क्या होगा? The mantra is keep calm and so you trusted in God, God has helped you, and the event has worked perfectly, and it's wrap up. This mantra has to be loud and with enthusiasm. Thank you, everybody. I'm Mukul, and thank you for watching this and seeing this and participating. Thank you. Remember that exhibition is really, your exhibitor manual is like the blueprint of your event, and the staff briefing notes are like the finishing touches. So, and exhibition is all about, creating memories. So go there, create good memories with good planning. And if everything fails, then keep calm and carry on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mukul. Having learned so much from her and being trained in many aspects, under her. Once I had this kind of a cultural shock when I asked an organizer. I was taking some delegates to some trade show, and I was wanting to our team wanting to construct pavilion for them. And the first thing when I contacted the organizer and I said, आप मुझे एग्जिबिटर मैनुअल भेज दो, एंड द ऑर्गेनाइजर सेड, मैडम हमारा नहीं होता. एंड आई वाज लाइक, व्हाट, आप बिना एग्जिबिटर मैनुअल के कैसे काम करते हैं? सो फॉर मी एग्जिबिटर मैनुअल का जो सबसे बड़ा फायदा, जो मी बीइंग लाइक टिपिकल वुमनिश कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स पॉपिंग अप एट सम टाइम्स, सो हमने तो पहले ही बोला था, अगर आपका एग्जिबिटर मैनुअल है, वेल इन टाइम आपने शेयर किया है, उसके बाद कोई भी एग्जिबिटर आके आपसे आर्ग्यू करे, क्रॉस क्वेश्चन करे, ये क्यों नहीं है, ऐसे कैसे, हमने तो पहले ही बोला था, रिफर द एग्जिबिटर मैनुअल, एंड दैट इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. आप सेफ हो.
Just 2 minutes. You'll come here 1 second. I want to show you the real-time PDFs. Please help me with this because AI couldn't help me with this. So I'd first like to show you an example of a. Okay, it's here already. Yeah, thank you. It's there. Wait, I'm going to escape this because I need to scroll down. Yeah, so this is an example of I would say, because I've made it, I'll say it's a well-crafted exhibitor manual. It includes an exhibition and letter, some important information, something new that is there this year that was not introduced in the current year, which was not there in the past year. Some of the exhibitors.
See, the tone has to be descriptive and simple English. Because a lot of people will read it so that they know at one glance what they are searching for. Otherwise, they are lost in this. So the way this has been done, it's very simply designed.
So they show information, general guidelines, key contacts, like I mentioned to you all earlier, official vendors, key contact details.
And if we give the good vendor names in advance and we inform them that they should expect phone calls, 90% of the telephone calls are diverted directly to them.
Right.
Otherwise, they will always be asking you. That is very difficult.
Some venue information, venue map, exhibition timetable, like what is the move-in schedule, what is the show days, move-out schedule. I'm just very quickly taking you through this so that you don't fall asleep. Vehicle entry schedule, the freight handling and delivery of and removal of exhibits, booth design. Remember, we had spoken about this. Everybody remembers, right? Then custom build booth layouts and proposals. Then a little bit of, all the rules and regulations. Then non-compliance penalties. Then shell scheme package, a few visual elements in that. The contractor registration, exhibitor registration, rules and regulations. You know, everything, including parking facilities.
And each venue has got some peculiarities. So some of you do same shows in different cities. It cannot be the same manual.
It cannot be
has
the
to-
same, and that's why it's very important that you share it with the stakeholders so that that whole pressure is not on you कि तुमने लिखा था. You can say आपने approval दिया था इसलिए ये ऐसे हो रहा है. And then some of duties and taxes, marketing opportunities. Remember, I've also mentioned to you earlier that make sure you keep your marketing team aligned with them so that you can add this in. A little bit of, this is not an infographic, but a little bit of infographic. And then the form checklist and deadlines. And then you have all the forms, technical forms, and the marketing forms that exhibitors should.
So while the forms would be online filled, you must definitely have a PDF version for them to understand what happens when they fill up the
And
form.
also, while your forms are PDF, you can have those fillable PDFs. Now, this exhibitor manual is what we use for a very, and you can see here how the exhibitor manual is saved, updated on so and so date. That's also one of a good practice that you should use. Now, this exhibitor manual is for those very intense, big events which have a lot of construction and a lot of build-up days. There are also events which are smaller in size, which have all shell scheme and don't require so much information from exhibitors. For that, I have another which I use sometimes is a simpler version of an exhibitor because exhibitors don't need to have so much of information and we just need little basic key information from them. So this is a form that is filled in using a fillable form which has, you know, everything, your fascia name, your power load that you require, additional furniture, temporary staff in case it can just be filled up here, security guard, any other comments if they need to put in, and a brief on the rules and regulations. This is a PDF fillable form, so you can also put a submit button there. So when the exhibitor fills all this, submits it, how cool is it? It comes to me directly into an Excel sheet.
And you can also convert this into a Google Doc or a Google form where all the inputs are coming to one master sheet. You must try this out, it is not complicated.
This document is the staff briefing, you know, the last part of what we spoke. So see what all goes into staff briefing. It's so comprehensive just so that everybody in your team knows. And it's very important that once your staff briefing is done, you have the whole team together and you explain the whole staff briefing to them because you're not sure whether they'll go through everything. They might just go through their part. But that's not what you want. You want the entire team to be on the same page. So it has contents, it has show information, yeah, then a detail about all the activities during the show, summit hai, kab hai, kahan hai. So anyone talking to anybody, asking questions from anybody from your staff will know, nahi ho, pata ho to they'll open and see ki haan, ye yahan pe hai summit. Then the move-in schedule, the build-up schedule, the overtime charges, if any, move-in process, general information on how they should go for registration, what are the various categories of registration. Then on-site, everybody's contact details, your own team, the hall managers. And this document is only for your internal staff. So it's really important that you put in all this information. I always put this as confidential because it has so much of, you know, personal numbers and mobile numbers basically. So all your vendors' contact details, the first point of contact who will be at the show flow. Ambulance details, who is the ambulance on site, who is the doctor, who is the driver. The team and their duties, what is their overall duties?
So if you spend a week in doing this, you will have a lot of stress-free time at your event because it's only monitoring thereafter. The thinking work has already been done in advance.
Yeah. Just a few more important offices and services, like who will be placed, I mean, where these particular offices will be located and who is the contact person, the key contact. A day to day, it's a minute by minute build-up schedule ke 8 baje ye hoga, 9 baje ye hoga. So you know that everything is going on track, whoever has to monitor that. acknowledgement of all our this, so that we know that we are treating them well, all our partners. And this one I find is so important, the badge access data, which also you need to share with your security team. So which badges can be used. And then all our temporary manpower, the flow maps, exhibitors list.
See, sometimes in some shows you have not collected the money in advance. We discussed that in the morning. So they should always say that these clients are prior reference clients.
Yeah. And
Don't
then,
make anything which can be complicated, which people read. I use this word called PRC, prior reference. So anybody who's in the prior reference sheet should be said, come to the lounge, we have coffee for you also. And no point of rebuking people in public. Your exhibitor should be anything which is uncomfortable chat, do it in closed door. And never do this standing. Ask them to sit down and say, ये काम करना था, आपके पैसे नहीं आए, अब क्या करना है? That is important.
and this sheet here also gives that, that little information which is very important for
At a glance.
during build up. So what I do in this sheet is that we get the exhibitors by zones, so that they are, the truck movement is well coordinated. So I put here the zone number, the zone number. Here's their booth number, their booth type, and their square meters in, the area in square meters. Then you have the main exhibitor name and their mobile contact detail. And then you have the contractor name, the contractor key contact. And here you also have the deposit, whether it's pending.
The security deposit which we discussed
So when
in the morning.
so when I give this to all the, team, who are they called? Hall managers. They have this with them. They know that as soon as they come, कि ये हमारा booth कहाँ है, they know exactly what their booth number is, what is their area, whether they've paid the deposit or no, so they can take necessary actions. Yep, this is what it was. And then in the end, I have these FAQs, so that these are quick reference. Your temp staff who's sitting in the info counter or someone like that can just quickly, the frequently asked questions can be answered from here. Yeah, now it's really over. Thank you so much for listening.